Hey everybody, how's it going? Let's check out the second special event of the round 5 of the Season 1 Championship here in the Round Hub. And it is, of course, in the form of limited series to win this new Lamborghini Huracán STO, which is worth some 700 gold if you're to buy it outright. And the event itself should be 7-day event. So as long as you start this event before the round expires, as you can see, we have some 27 days and 12 hours and 35 minutes as I'm making this video right now. So by the time obviously you see it, it'll be a little less than that depending on when you catch this video. And so as long as you start before the round expires, you will have 7 days to complete the 15 tiers, complete win 45 gold trophies to claim this car. Right. So yeah, 7-day event. So and if you once you complete it along with the car, you get to win some 5,250 victory points and 75 gold, and it says more. What more? Most likely the racing dollars. Right. So that's the rewards. All right. And let's see, what does 5,250 more victory points get us? So I completed this week's time trial already, landed on rank B quite comfortably at the moment using that R3 spec Nissan, right? The grippy one this week. I think that's the easiest car to use. Anyway, yeah, so adding another 5,200 or so victory points is gonna get me to I guess yeah, not quite 50 gold prize tier, but it will get me right under. So I should be able to claim some 30,000 motorsport dollars extra and 35,000 racing dollars, and of course the kind of a not very useful racer's choice 10% off a car of your choice for 12 hours. Car has to be unlocked, by the way. You cannot purchase locked car, so you need to have access to the series basically. Anyway, let's hop in and see what we got. Yep, 7-day event to win. The usual message, right? Alright, so Lamborghini Huracán STO Limited Series. Earn a Lamborghini Huracán STO by 100% completing this series. A powerful and stylish machine created for a single purpose, delivering all the feel and technology of a genuine race car in a road legal model. Yeah, the Huracán in for Lamborghini is sort of like 911 for Porsche in this game. I think there are, yeah, by far, I would say there are most number of 911s in the game, and I think it's only seconded by Huracán. So this is, we have several different renditions of Huracáns. So, yeah, so here we go. Another one, right? Alright, so here's the breakdown of the rewards, broken down into 25% completion increment. So first 25% completion gets you 750 victory points, 8 gold, and 25,000 racing dollars. And you will claim that once you complete tier 4, which by the way requires PR 69.8 if I remember correctly, and then 50% completion is gonna get you additional 1,000 victory points, 15 gold, and 50,000 racing dollars. And you would need to complete tier 7, and you need to complete 2 or win 2 gold trophies in tier 8. So obviously tier 7 is the one that you need to do the cup. So PR requirement there, I believe, is 72.4. We'll confirm it in a little bit, but I figure we'll get this out of the way first. 75% completion is gonna pay you another 1,500 victory points, 22 additional gold, and 75,000 racing dollars. And that one, you have to complete tier 11, which is gonna require you to have PR 75.4 and just one gold trophy in tier 12. And of course, 100% completing will win you the remainder of the rewards, including the big prize, the car itself, worth, as I said, 700 gold, 2,000 victory points, 30 gold, and 100,000 racing dollars. And of course, well, 100%, you gotta win all of it, all 45 gold trophies, which does require PR 78.7. So my prediction for the cost was about 350 to 400 gold. I believe it is actually a little bit higher than that. So here, we'll use the gold, get it instantly completed, pick up our rewards, and we'll confirm all the numbers that I just went over and check the upgrade scheme and all that. So all right, so you do unlock or you do trigger the 3-hour instant service and instant R&D on racing dollar upgrades upon completing first event, meaning you have to win a trophy. It doesn't matter what color, as long as you win a trophy, it will initiate that 3-hour instant service and instant R&D offer. Right. Now, let's check out what the PR is. Yep, 78.7. So let's see if we can go ahead and put on some of these upgrades and see where we go. So base PR 65.1. Let's get the tier 1 upgrades, which I believe these are what, 8-hour R&D time on these if you miss out on this 3-hour instant service or instant R&D. So let's get the tier 1 all in place, which is all racing dollars as always. All right, so with those 7 tier 1 upgrades in, we're up to PR 69.6. So that is a boost of what, 4.5 PR points, right? And is that, well, we know it's not going to be enough to get us through the tier 4, which is the part where, you know, you get to first claim any kind of prize, right? So just 0.2 PR points shy. How typical, right? So as usual, if you're in it to win it. So let's see if we can get those 3 tiers of upgrades across the board and see if we land the PR requirement and find out how much it's gonna be. All right, so 80 gold for tier 2 engine, which unlocks the tier 3, which is the racing dollars, and then 75 gold for drivetrain stage 2 upgrade. All right, wow, we're already up to 155, aren't we? All right, 60 gold on body. All right, so we're over 200 gold spent already. Ooh, 70 gold for suspension. Yikes. And exhaust typically is about the same cost as suspension. Yeah, 70 gold. Uh-oh. I have a feeling this is gonna be a bit pricier. 50 gold for brakes, always the cheapest. Right. And then tires and wheels, additional 65 gold. So it does bring the PR up to 74.2, but that was some 470 gold. So that is a bit on a pricier end. I didn't anticipate it was gonna be over 400. Well, we're over by some 70 gold here, so yeah. And obviously we're not quite there yet, up to 78.7, but the tier 3 upgrades are all, racing dollar upgrades. So let's go ahead and get those. Which, by the way, is 18-hour R&D time on these if you're not taking advantage of this instant R&D offer. Maxes out some of these categories. Suspension exhaust. Alright, so those are pricier categories. So if I'm gonna have those two are more pricier categories than brakes and tires and wheels, because sometimes brakes and tires and wheels would have 3 tiers upgrades only, and we need to get more expensive tier 4 gold upgrades on suspension exhaust. Well, exhaust rarely goes beyond 3 stages, but yeah, suspension is usually the one that gets pretty pricey at the tier 4 upgrades. So I think this is at least kind of a cheaper upgrade scheme, although in terms of the overall cost, it is pretty pricey. But look at that, we are exactly at PR 78.7. So there you have it. If you want to win this car, you're going to have to spend some 470 gold. I suppose you get 75 of it back. So net cost is, I guess, 395 gold. And with that, you should be able to 75% complete the bonus series Oncoming Storm, which you can find in under the Season 1, the section of the road collection, of course. And then you should be able to claim about, I want to say maybe about like around 40 gold from that series. So knock out another 40. So your net cost may come down to closer to like 360 range, 350, 360 range. And now, if you want to 100% complete that bonus series, Oncoming Storm, which features this car along with another Hurricane, Super Trofeo Evo. So, yeah, if you want to do that, you will have to meet the PR requirement of 80.8, and Super Trofeo can't meet that PR requirement even when it's maxed out, so it has to be done with this new one. And in order to bring it up to PR 80.8, well, usually the engine and body needs to be maxed out for those kind of bonus series completion PR, because well, it's a cheaper one because they have the 5-tier or 5 stages of upgrades. So basically, when you buy a gold upgrade for stage 4, it unlocks that racing dollar final stage upgrade. So it's like purchasing 2 upgrades with a 1 gold upgrade cost. You know what I mean? As opposed to the categories like drivetrain, brakes, and tires and wheels, you get 1 and then it's a dead end. There's no other upgrades that you can buy without using gold, right? Versus engine and body, you do have that racing dollar stage at the end. So let's go ahead and get those 185 gold for engine And then we'll complete it with the 435,700 racing dollar for engine final tier upgrade. So we max out engine, brings the PR up to 80.1. And we just need to bring up some 0.7 PR points, which we can get by spending some 135 gold on the stage 4 body upgrade and max it out. We are a little bit over the PR requirement for the series, but that's okay. We're up at 81.1, but that is going to be the cheapest way to do it. Because brakes, you still have to spend 120, and you know, there isn't just enough PR boost. So that means after completing this limited time series or limited series, to win this car, you're gonna have to spend additional 320 gold if you want to complete the bonus series, and then I guess another 757,800 additional racing dollars. So basically getting every racing dollar upgrades available on this car, right? And then of course, if you want to fully upgrade, then, well, you need to get the remainder, right? Drivetrain is 175 gold. Brakes 120 as we checked in just earlier. And tires and wheels for another 145 gold. So that is additional 440 gold from where I am right now. Or another 760 gold from the limited time series PR. So the total cost would be 1,230 gold for fully maxing out this car, and some, what was it, 2.3 million, right, racing dollars. But if you have to keep track of the racing dollars, you probably need to farm more, spend a bit more time playing this game, since, you know, unless you want to spend real money, that's how you accumulate your in-game resources. So there you go. All right, so that is your upgrade scheme for completing both limited series here to win the car, and additionally to 100% complete the bonus series. I'll have a separate video for that bonus series overview, but for now, let's run through each tier and see what the series is like. So here we go. Starting with tier 1, we got Speed Snap Hockenheim National, so that should be a pretty quick one. Followed by Head to Head at Silverstone International, a single lapper. And then we got a Cup at Nürburgring Sprint Circuit. How many laps? 3 laps. So that one's obviously going to be the longest race in tier 1. So when I'm ready to start the event, I'll probably start with that, since at the end of the race you will trigger that 3-hour instant service, right? Anyway, moving on to tier 2, we got Autocross at Catalonia Grand Prix. Usually it's that last bit, right, including the final chicane before that right-hander that brings you back to the pit straight. So with this car, I feel like maybe 25 seconds. It's one of the shorter ones. And then we got a drag race. Well, it's a drag race taking place at Leipzig Circuit. And then tier 2 Cup is at Dubai National, 2 laps, so that's a pretty short one. PR 67.6 required. So obviously you do need some of those racing dollar upgrades, the tier 1. Alright, moving on to tier 3, we got elimination at Kota Austin Circuit, National Circuit. So once again, elimination is one of those events where circuit is not that big of a deal, since it's time event. So both elimination and endurance. So for elimination, what, you gotta survive for 2 minutes 20 seconds, right? Anyway, and then we're on to endurance at Laguna Seca. So your distance may vary depending on what kind of margin of victory you are completing these events by. So closer your margin of victory is, lower distance target you're gonna get. But they do kind of cap out around, I want to say 10 kilometers is about as far as the flag bots generally go in endurance. And since it's a limited series, you're not going to be faced up against any TSM bots. So there's a cap to that. So anyway, and then Tier 3 Cup is going to be at Suzuka West. Not a terribly long circuit so far for these cups. And it's going to be 3-lapper, PR 68.8 is required. Alright, let's move on to Tier 4. Another autocross, this one at Spa. So that one's also a fairly short one, right? You start at kind of at that tail end of Camel Straight into Lecon. And it's all about how you negotiate through Lecon and the Brussels section, right? Anyway, so it shouldn't take too long. And we have another drag race. Already 2 drag races. I'm not sure what I think about that. Well, actually, I do know. Not a fan. There. It's going to take place at Red Bull Ring Grand Prix. And the Cup for Tier 4 at Hockenheim National. 3 laps. So once again, not terribly long circuit. And as we checked out earlier, PR 69.8 required, which is just beyond what you can do without spending any gold. So if you want to get past Tier 4, you're going to need to spend some gold. And what you earn in gold is just not going to be anywhere near what you'll be spending. So yeah, if you're past this point, you're in it to win it. So plan accordingly. There you go. All right. And Tier 5, we got speed record at Monza Road Course. So that's a full lap. Followed by Speed Snap at Bugatti Circuit. And let's see, where does that take place? That one takes place around the finish line, doesn't it? Right? Because the autocross at Bugatti Circuit is on sort of the middle section of the circuit. And the Speed Snap is really about how you come out through the final 2 corners, right? The 2 right-handers. Anyway, and then it's followed by the Cup at Melbourne, 4 laps. Once again, not the Melbourne, I would say medium length circuit, right? PR 70.7, so it's getting a little bit longer, it seems like. And Tier 6, we got head-to-head at Catalunya National, another single lap head-to-head, followed by Hunter at Dubai Grand Prix. So that's a pretty lengthy Grand Prix circuit, and it's a Hunter, so it's a full lap. And then Cup for Tier 6 takes place at the short on-road circuit of Leipzig Porsche Test Track. 5 laps, PR 71.6 is required. All right, and next tier, Tier 7, we got another autocross, this one at Suzuka West. I can't remember what that takes place. That's gotta be the beginning sector of the circuit, because that's sort of a unique feature, right? And then speed record at Bugatti Circuit, so that's a full lap. And then Cup for Tier 7 takes place at the Spielberg Red Bull Ring Grand Prix. 4 laps, so that's a little bit lengthier. I think this is the lengthiest Cup race so far. PR 72.4 is required. All right, and that gets us to the Tier 8, your 50% completion tier, starting off with endurance at Melbourne, followed by head-to-head at Laguna Seca, another single lapper, followed by the Cup at Monza Road Course. 4 laps, PR 73.1 required, and that's of course slightly larger circuit than the Red Bull Ring, and definitely faster. The Cathedral of Speed, as they call it, right? All right, and on to Act 2 of the limited series, the second half, right? Tier 9. We are starting with elimination at Silverstone National, so gotta survive for 2 minutes 20 seconds, followed by autocross at Dubai Hill Circuit, and then Cup here is gonna be at Bathurst Mount Panorama, just 2 laps. All right, PR 73.9 required for that. So I feel like 2 laps at Mount Panorama is going to be shorter than the prior, like 4 laps at Monza. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is. That's fine. I just want to get through, right? With these limited series, just want to get through and win the car. Shorter the better. All right. Anyway, tier 10, we got Hunter. This one at short on-road circuit of Leipzig circuit once again. Full lap. We got a speed snap at Spa, kind of a similar section as the autocross there. And then the Cup is going to be at Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course. 3 laps, PR 74.7 required. All right, that's kind of a medium to long circuit, right? It's not that very long though. Yeah, I don't think that's, yeah, Indy's not that long. Anyway, tier 11. By the way, speaking of Indy, it always seems longer, but when you look at the payout, that's how you know it's not as long. They don't pay as much. Okay, anyway, tier 11. We got another elimination, this one at Suzuka West. We got a head-to-head at Daytona Road Course. So single lap, and most likely like all the other races at Daytona, it's gonna be rolling start, followed by a Cup at Austin, Texas, Circuit of the Americas Grand Prix circuit. 3 laps, PR 75.4 required. All right. And that takes us to tier 12, your 75% completion tier. We got endurance at Mount Panorama, speed snap at Indianapolis Motor Speedway road course, and the Cup at Catalunya Grand Prix. How many laps is it gonna be? 3 laps, PR 76.2 required. Yeah, I feel like the 4 lap at Monza seems like the longest one that we've had so far. All right, that's fine by me. Tier 13, we got Hunter at Spa, so that's a full lap. Elimination at Daytona Road Course, so you know the drill. Gotta survive. Rolling start. Right, and the Cup for Tier 13 at Silverstone Bridge Grand Prix. 3 laps, PR 77 required. All right, and that takes us to the penultimate tier, tier 14. We're starting off with another drag race. Is it a third one? That's 3 too many though. All right, it's gonna be at Circuit of the Americas. And then we got speed record at Nürburgring Grand Prix, so that's a full lap. And then the Cup for Tier 14 at Bugatti Circuit, 3 laps, PR 77.8 required. So once again, not terribly long event so far. And then the final tier, Tier 15, we got endurance at Indianapolis Motor Speedway, the Brickyard Road Course. All right, and then followed by Hunter at Monza Road Course, so that's a full lap. And the final Cup takes place under the California sun at Laguna Seca. 3 laps with a PR 78.7 required, as we checked out earlier, which will cost you some 470 gold and 1,622,700 racing dollars. And that's basically 3 upgrades across the board. All right, so well, there you have it. So Yeah, so that is a quick overview of this limited series. So hopefully you guys found the information useful. And yeah, we'll catch you guys in the next video when I do some racing. So stay tuned for those, and we'll catch you guys later. Take care.